best professional wrestling discussion on the internet. World Wrestling Entertainment, TNA Wrestling, Ring of Honor, and much more. This, ladies and gentlemen, is In the Hot Seat with your host, Fort Minners Project.
Alright, what's going on, guys? Yes, Fort Minners Project back at it again in here for another video for you guys for today. And decided to bring back the hot seat, and we got Brother Chris back in the hot seat.
What's going on, folks?
What's up?
Hope cleared my throat. Hope you guys are having a really good Sunday. Hope you guys have recovered well from last night's AEW pay-per-view, which is what we are essentially here to talk about today.
Exactly. So we'll go ahead and right down into it and talk about matches, and we'll give our own thoughts and opinions of what we felt about it. So what did we have for the first match? I know, which was for the buy-in.
Yep, the buy-in match, we had the Dark Order versus SCU. Frankie Kazarian and who's the other guy? Not Christopher Daniels stayed out.
Yeah.
But I can't remember the other guy's name.
Scorpio Sky.
Scorpio Sky. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the first. That was the match on the buy-in.
Mm-hmm. And that's where we thought we would find who would be a part of the Dark Order, if there was going to be, someone that would be revealed. Almost had that, not quite. Could have been Christopher Daniels, kind of teased it, but we didn't really get that.
Well, no, what they kind of did tease, and if you put all the puzzle pieces together, it sounded like it was going to be Matt Hardy, the Exalted One, the one that tells the Dark Order to delete people. So, with that being said, I mean, unless AEW and the Dark Order, unless they are being very unoriginal, we thought, and I'm sure a lot of people at home thought they were going to see the Exalted One being Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy, we thought he was going to make an AEW pay-per-view debut last night, but he didn't. So, does that mean that Matt Hardy, he took the deal and is going to work for NXT now? Who knows?
Yeah, we don't really know. That's a really interesting situation to see what he's going to be doing and stuff, so I don't know.
But we had a lot of good surprises on this one because, first of all, yes, the Exalted One, imitation, Christopher Daniels comes out with the robe, and we figure out that Christopher Daniels is, in fact, SCU, and he's SCU forever. So that's cool. He'll always be with Frankie Kazarian and Scorpio Sky. Yeah, he ain't going nowhere. But then we saw Colt Boom Boom Cabana.
Yeah, that was a cool
So
surprise.
it makes me wonder, if he is over NWA or if he's going to actually be a free agent and kind of go back and forth between the two promotions.
Could be, yeah, I can see that, since wrestlers like to do that lately, so that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, but I mean, overall, the match, in my opinion, was okay.
Yeah, that was a cool match.
But it was the after chemistry that really kind of made that match. It wasn't, like I said, the match was okay.
Yeah.
But like I said, that ending storytelling was really what kind of got it. You're in Chicago, Colt Boom Boom Cabana. Who does not want to see Colt Boom Boom Cabana? That was a good surprise.
Yeah.
I mean, overall, pretty good stuff on the buy-in show. A good way to kind of go ahead and kick everything up for a revolution.
Yeah. Well, that was the buy-in, but what do we have on the main card? Not in any particular order, anyway.
Yeah, this may be no particular order, and you know what? Just stick with us. We'll get through this together, like we always do. The first match was the Natural Dustin Rhodes, and he was going to get some revenge on Jake Hager, which Jake Hager, debuting in his first AEW actual match, we found out he did not wear a singlet like he did in WWE.
Nope. He had a good luck charm with it.
Yeah, I thought he was going to... I thought he was going to be in a singlet, but he wasn't. In my opinion, this match was, first of all, now, Jake Hager's good luck charm, holy shit. Hot as hell, and you can't teach that.
That's true.
So, bada boom, Jake Hager is the real man in the room. How you doing? So, but yeah, I mean, the match itself, in my opinion, was very slow-paced. But of course, you got two relatively bigger gentlemen.
Yeah.
You got Dustin, who's a 50-year-old guy. Jake Hager is what, mid-30s?
Give or take somewhere.
Yeah, give
there.
or take. But he's also doing his craft very slowly, methodically.
Yeah. He has
You
his
know,
MMA career and stuff.
yeah, he's had
on
that.
Bellator.
Yeah, and he's undefeated. So Jake Hager is actually a legit badass.
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, like I said, this was a very slow-paced match, but it was kind of fun.
Yeah.
I think it told a good story, and and this kind of surprised me where Jake Hager kind of went over, but at the same time, this really felt like a match that necessarily wasn't pay-per-view quality.
Or
I feel
like Dynamite.
yeah, I feel like it's something we could have seen on Dynamite.
Yeah.
So, overall, I mean, like I said, pretty good. Overall, it was, parts of it were fun to view, especially, when Dustin went in for the kiss on Jake Hager's wife.
Yeah.
And, she was all disgusted. She had the paint all over her face.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's my opinion. What did you think about Hager versus Dustin?
Well, I thought it was pretty good. It was nice to see Jake Hager actually wrestle. First time in a long time. So I'm pretty sure we'll see some of his MMA moves be brought into the mix and everything. And Dustin didn't exactly tap out. He basically gave out. So maybe it'll be able to continue. I don't know. Maybe we'll see it on Dynamite or the next pay-per-view. Who knows?
Yeah, I think this is far from over between Jake Hager and Dustin Rhodes. So yeah, I think a lot of these matches, you got the feeling that they were going to continue in some sort of way, but the one match I don't feel, or at least right now, the one match I don't feel that's going to continue. I feel like it's done, so that way both of these participants can actually go on. Maybe I could be wrong, but we'll have to find out on maybe either Dark or Dynamite this week. But that's the next match. Sammy Guevara taking on Darby Allin.
Yeah.
And which, by the way, I mean, now this match, it was milked in a way. However, it was fun. It was dynamic. In some spots, like right off the bat, boom, Darby Allin goes for the attack on Sammy Guevara, and
pretty quickly.
And Sammy Guevara, he kind of actually surprised the hell out of me in this match. But then you had Darby Allin, who kind of went in for a crash landing, if you will, as he botched his suicide dive. I mean, you could you go back and you look at the replay, you could tell he just went, poof.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
He fucked up on that, and but Sammy Guevara, he did hold off Darby Allin really good until Darby Allin, he gets the coffin drop on Sammy Guevara. Darby Allin walked away with the win, which, again, this was a match one of those that I found predictable, but it was another one of those that you could also find on Dynamite.
Right.
But, again, the build for the match was pretty good. The storytelling was okay. You got Darby Allin, who got his throat smashed in with the skateboard because of the inner circle, and Sammy Guevara. So maybe we might see a tag team match out of this. Maybe Sammy Guevara and Darby Allin, or Dustin Rhodes is going to team up with Darby Allin, and we're going to see them take on Sammy Guevara and Jake Hager. I can kind of see that happening on Dynamite.
So they could do that. I know they're doing like a War Games type of match, so maybe that'll get put in together.
Inner Circle versus the Elite.
Yeah, most likely. But it was really cool seeing Darby Allin come back and everything. I loved the return. So, this was a good match. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so let's see here. Like I said, this isn't going to be in any particular order.
No.
I think what we're going to do, we are going to go into Nyla Rose versus Chris Statlander for the AEW Women's World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah. Good way to go about it.
First of all, I got to say, I really like Nyla Rose. I really like Chris Statlander, but the match was flat. I didn't get really much of any enjoyment out of this match. Chris Statlander, I think, she botched one of her top rope suplex moves and kind of felt flat on it. you know, like I said, it was tripped up. You know, I think they were tripped up on the ropes. But then again, what do you do with somebody Nyla Rose's size, you know? And yeah, you got Chris Statlander that's maybe an inch or two taller than Nyla Rose. She's taller, she's slender, you know, because Nyla Rose, she's built like a brick shithouse. But like I said, overall, in my opinion, this was probably, God, I hate saying this, but for a women's match, and I do love women's wrestling, but this match really, it did nothing for me. It fell flat. Yeah, I didn't get any enjoyment out of it.
Yeah. I know for me, like, these are two of my favorites, but I felt like it was too early for Chris Statlander.
Oh, yeah,
so
that too.
If they would have done it maybe a little bit later on, like at the next pay-per-view or something like that, then I think that would have been a lot more cooler. And I like how you mentioned that Rio didn't really get her rematch or anything, and they just went into
Well, yeah,
this
I
match.
mean, when I think of, like, the AEW women's matches, you could have had Dr. Britt Baker, DMD.
That's another good
You
one,
could have given a rematch to Riho, or save the title match that we saw against Riho versus Nyla Rose. Instead of having them win it at Dynamite, have her win it at Revolution where it's going to count.
Right.
So that I think AEW fucked up with that completely. And then you've got, I could have easily seen maybe Big Swole. She's been working her ass off.
Yeah, she's doing pretty damn awesome.
You know, so yeah, you know, you have a couple of other people that could have had that spot.
Yeah.
Why Statlander had it is beyond me. I don't know. You know.
Yeah, like I said, it probably has to do like with the whole ranking system that they have. So that's my thing on it. I don't know.
Boop.
But hey, I guess she's trying to phone home or something.
Yeah, she's trying to phone home. Okay.
Yeah, but anyway, good Nyla Rose won, so I'm happy she retained. So.
Yeah, happy she retained, but again, it just did nothing for me. Okay.
What's the next match?
I think what we'll do, let's go into the Bucks versus Omega and Hangman Page for the AEW Tag Team titles.
Holy crap.
Yeah, this
That was
match
insane.
from top to bottom was absolutely tremendous.
Yeah.
However, I will say, a lot of missed falls, like a lot of near falls, kickouts, too many kickouts.
A couple of those.
And I think the match it went on for maybe 5-10 minutes too long.
I think it went a little over 30 minutes. I'll just say.
Yeah, I mean that
was a fight forever match, to say the very least.
And here's the thing. Everybody, including myself, felt that Hangman Page was going to turn against Kenny Omega.
Yeah. You saw the tension a little bit and not much.
Oh, yeah, the story was told well.
Yeah.
I mean, the chemistry of Hangman Page and Kenny Omega and the Bucks, I mean, are we going to see maybe an intervention storyline with Hangman Page? I don't know. Because it's such good shit. It's such good shit.
So I've been told.
But I can kind of see that happening. But then again, this is not WWE, thank God.
No.
But it wouldn't surprise me if we saw that.
Yeah, it's almost similar, but they're definitely different.
But again, this is the type of thing where I really, Kenny Omega and Hangman Page, they worked well together. The Bucks they always work well together.
They really just went balls to the walls.
Like I said, a great story was told in the ring. Hangman Page, he's not one for the Bucks, but he does, at the end of the day, he does respect Kenny Omega, his tag team partner. And still, I honestly thought, the Bucks were going to get it, and that Hangman Page was going to turn against Kenny, but that wasn't the case. Kenny Omega and Hangman Page, they ended up retaining. Very proud of that match.
Yeah.
I think for a fan, for the money's worth, everything involved, I was very satisfied with this match. It just went on a little too long.
Yeah. I mean, definitely one of my favorite matches of the night. Could be one of the matches of the year. I wouldn't be surprised about it.
True. Very true. Okay. Next match. Orange Cassidy, freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy versus Pac, the bastard. Pac.
This was something. I actually kind of liked this match. And Orange Cassidy really surprised me. I hadn't really seen him wrestle before. I know he's been really just being like the manager and stuff like that, but I think that's something we need more of. Have Orange Cassidy wrestle a lot more, and I think that would be pretty interesting. Pack winning, that's fine. I'm not against that either, so it was pretty entertaining.
However, I will say the bigger story was told with Orange Cassidy.
Mm-hmm.
Still to this day, Orange Cassidy still makes me want to shake my head. However, do I hate admitting this? Yes, I do. But he actually made the match very entertaining when he kept sliding to one side and then to the other side.
Yeah, trying to roll out.
Yeah, rolling to the other side, rolling to the other, and then Pac finally catches him. But yeah, I mean, I think honestly, my hat's off to both guys, both Pac and Orange Cassidy. I can't believe I'm actually giving Orange Cassidy his due.
Yeah.
But again, he deserves it very much so.
I think that was the co-main event of the whole entire night. That was really weird.
Yeah, you could say that. But then again, we will talk about another match that, you know, really felt kind of weird almost. Because a lot of stuff happened in the match.
That's
which
true.
is, I am talking about MJF with Wardlow. Which, by the way, what kind of name is Wardlow?
I don't know.
I mean, anyway, but he took on Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, with not only Arn Anderson, but Burgundy Roads. And we did see Cody Rhodes sporting a new tattoo on his neck, the crest of the Nightmare family.
Like the logo that he has.
Yep, the logo. A lot of people on Twitter, they are absolutely mortified by the tattoo on his neck.
It's really didn't bother me. I mean,
Why?
It's just a tattoo.
Why?
I mean, look at Jack Gallagher's. I saw that too on Twitter.
Yeah, it was
recently.
you know, someone put down what's worse, you know, Jack Gallagher's tattoo,
like
or
the ship of the WrestleMania logo, kind of like.
yeah,
almost.
or Cody Rhodes. I mean, dude, it's a freaking tattoo. I've got tattoos.
Yeah,
I want
people
Cody.
get tattoos.
I would love Cody Rhodes' tattoo.
Hey,
I would
if that's
easily
what you
get a
want,
Cody
go for
Rhodes
it.
tattoo. You know, anyway, yeah, a lot of people paid more attention to that damn tattoo than the freaking match. But the
That's
match,
weird.
I gotta say, sick, twisted, disgusting. MJF biting the foot of Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes accidentally kicking Arn Anderson in the face.
Yeah, that was pretty brutal.
And I don't know how or where, I didn't see it, but how the hell did MJF get busted open? Did you pay attention to that? Did you see that?
I want to say it was on the outside. Could be wrong on that. I know Brandy had gotten involved a little bit, which is cool. Trying to help out, but yeah, he got busted open pretty damn crazy.
Yeah, and what's up with Burgundy Roads? She goes from this like little dark entity, or this wannabe dark entity,
Right.
bringing in Awesome Kong, but then we see her as a little country girl on the outside,
Yeah.
wearing, you know, a little white T-shirt and some cut-off shorts, like some Daisy Dukes, basically.
Well, basically, the group didn't work out. They pretty much parted ways. So, I actually like Brandy as a face. I think that sticks more. That's
Yeah,
just
I
me.
mean, I'm confused by that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Let's
again,
just say plans didn't go
the
so well for her.
the transitional story for that wasn't told.
Yeah,
you know,
it pretty
or at
much
least
just
I didn't
ended.
see it.
Yeah.
I know during my studying for my exam I had to take, I missed a lot of wrestling.
Yeah.
Didn't really want to pay attention to it because I had to focus.
Yeah.
So,
We're
but yeah,
looking at an 8.
I didn't see the story really taking place. It seemed like it just jumped from one to the other, like bam.
Yep. Yeah, pretty much did.
So,
But
but yeah, overall, I mean, again, the storytelling between MJF and Cody, you can tell it's not going to be over, not
Right.
by a long shot. I think they are going to, you know, maybe save, and you know, they're still going to keep building for one of the bigger pay-per-views,
right.
like a Double or Nothing almost, or have the Nightmare Family versus like MJF and Wardlow
Right.
in that cage.
I think with that, and it's crazy how he used the actual ring to help him out to get the win for MJF. But I think, yeah, to continue, I kind of see MJF slowly but surely making his way to the main event scene.
Oh yeah,
Depending who the
easily.
champion is going to be, whether it's John Moxley or someone else.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah, but we'll get into that later.
Yeah, that's definitely a story for another day.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, so we covered the first match: Orange versus Pac, Sammy versus Darby, the Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
Last but not least, the main event: Chris Jericho, Le Champion, the former Le Champion, versus Jon Moxley.
Yeah, the feud continues AEW style.
Yeah, I mean, this match, in my opinion, this was, again, I really enjoyed I really enjoyed this match, Jon Moxley versus Chris Jericho.
Alright, so apparently my phone overheated.
Yep.
Wasn't expecting that.
We had to bring the phone inside.
Yeah, so anyway, we'll just basically continue where we left off, talking about the main event. At least it went to that part anyway. But yeah, like what we were talking about, I thought it was a good main event. I'm happy Jon Moxley was able to win. And what were your thoughts overall?
Yeah, you know, like I said, outside, before the damn phone overheated, technology.
Yeah.
Jon Moxley versus Chris Jericho. Thought it was a really good match. Jon Moxley, he decided to play possum. You know, I mean, he was, you know, Chris Jericho went for the double eye blind, the, you know, the rake of the face and in the eyes.
Yeah.
Jon Moxley not being able to, quote unquote, see where he was going.
Right.
Trying to hit Chris Jericho, going in for the miss. But, you know, the thing is that Jon Moxley, then he takes off the eye patch. He's good in both eyes. You know, he ends up hitting Chris Jericho with not one but two of the DDTs.
Yeah.
Jon Moxley gets the win.
Awesome.
Does the total face speech at the end, which was really cool, saying that, you know, and I really feel like, I don't want to say it was a slap in the face to WWE, but he's saying that, you know, this belt is for you guys. This belt is dedicated to the fans. That we brought pro wrestling back.
Exactly.
You know, so you kind of felt like that could have been, like I said, kind of like a kick in the balls to WWE in a way, if you want to take it that way.
Depends how you look at it.
But yeah, so the one thing that is being asked about on Twitter is if Jon Moxley is going to be because Chris Jericho being the GOAT, being, you know, the best in the world, especially at what he does, is Jon Moxley going to be that kind of champion like Chris Jericho was? Is he going to be a short-term champion or a long-term champion?
That's the question. Leave it in the comments.
Yep, that's the question. If you want to leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe to the Fort Minor Project channel.
Yep.
But yeah, overall, it was a good, solid championship match, and so yeah, I got no complaints about it whatsoever.
Yeah. So again, for me, like we talked about too, try to record it, but I was giving it basically as a whole. Definitely thought it was better than Super Showdown, and I gave. Alright, so anyway, like I was saying, I give it a 7, and what is your rating?
Yeah, out of 1 to 10 championship belts, I'm going to give it a 7 as well.
Dope. Alright, so that pretty much does it. Don't want the phone to die or anything else, because complications suck ass.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'll be back for Elimination Chamber. He'll be back for WrestleMania, so there'll be plenty more of that came from him. So subscribe, all that good stuff, definitely on his channel and on mine, and we'll catch you guys next time.
Whenever that may be.
Yep.
Okay, forget it, I got it. Tryna go down. Okay, forget it, I got it. Okay, forget it, I got it. You kids ain't really about it. I stay posh, I'm tryna go diamond. Okay, forget it, I got it. Okay, forget it, I got it. These boys ain't really about it. I stay side tryna overaccomplish. Okay, forget it, I got it. Don't worry, I got it for real. Don't worry, I'm honest as hell. Don't worry, I keep it a bill. Honestly, feel you finna go fail. So when you say my name, you better go chill. Never know when, you never know where, but chances are I run it in there. Something's weird, you shit in my tracks for a couple of years. Now you love it when you suckers appear. Think I got a motherfucking idea? Oh yeah, and I got another one here. Ain't for effort, but you never compare. I just got this devilish stare to what my reflection said in the mirror. But after this, but the